You just mentioned actor quirks. Do you approach somebody like Brie Larson, an Academy Award winner,
Yeah, she's incredible.
versus like a co-star on The Rookie? Do you approach them differently?
Hell yeah.
How? What can you talk about? Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems obvious, but I guess I don't know.
Yes, for sure. And like, I actually wish I could get better at approaching Brie Larson more like I would approach a co-star on The Rookie.
Tell me.
Like, I'm so casual, like I'm so like much more like, it's really funny. I was just remembering there were two actors on a set that they were dating and their characters were not supposed to be dating. And I like yelled across the set at them, like, don't touch,
That's
like,
funny.
just like I can keep it light like that.
I see.
But it's not as easy to do that with someone like Brie.
I see.
Who it's her show, it's her set. I'm coming in, I want to impress her, So I tend to be like a little bit more like, and maybe this is to my detriment actually, like a little bit more reserved or something in those situations, which maybe it isn't good. I don't know.
It worked. You got nominated for DGA, but it is interesting.
good.
Like,
She's really good. I mean, like, and I ask a lot of weird things of actors. Like I did this movie with Sienna Miller and Diego Luna, and I was constantly like, okay, but there's this transition, so like I know you're in it, just stay right there. The camera's gonna swoop all the way around your head, and Sienna would be like, okay, like trying to stay in this moment, So I ask a lot of actors. Like I have some precise, things in mind, but certainly I think I've learned to ask an actor how they like to work. And that's something you don't do with a guest star.
right, definitely.
To try to shoot number one first. To, if you are making them go again, it better be for a good reason. Especially after like 3 takes or something. Like,
Yeah.
And to trust that they know it. Like, Brie shows up and she knows her shit. She's
Yeah.
very good. She's very like prepared. She's thought it out. She's really smart. So, you just have to be like a little bit more on your game than
Right.
like maybe with a guest star who's like, whatever you want. Although somebody told me recently, like actors in Britain will be like, how can I help? And you're like, like, that's not always what you get, like from like a number one on a call sheet. But no, Brie, she's like a ninja, she like shows up and does the thing. So it is less work in a way than sometimes a guest star comes in and like it's a really tough position to be in.
That's what I was just going to say.
On that same show, we had an actor that came in and he had like maybe 4 or 5 lines. He just couldn't get them. And it was so hard for everybody. And I remember just being like, all right, we're going to do your single. I'm going to read the line and then you'll say the line. I'm going to read the line and then you'll say the line. I'm going to read the line. It was really, really, really hard. But like, you don't have to do that with Brie Larson.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm not
it's
saying
a different deference. It's a different, different level of deference.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is necessarily Brie, but like I wonder how many of those stars are surrounded by people that constantly are saying yes, and and I wonder what a
lot of
director
them, I
that
think.
pushes back a little bit, how receptive some of those people would be to them.
I will say, like, not talking specifically about that, I do push back. I just did a panel, actually, like at the DGA 2 nights ago or something about
Jeez, look at
talking
you.
to number one on the call sheet.
Interview all over.
I mean, like, I'm not filming right now, so let's talk about it. I'm avoiding my writing. No, that's not true. I'm on a deadline. I'm going right back to the script right after this. I'm turning it in by the end of the day. No, I just, I do think that, like, your job isn't always to make an actor comfortable.
Definitely.
Even though, like, people say, oh, you can do your best work when you're comfortable. Like, sometimes the job is to make them uncomfortable or to disagree or to, like, push them past what they want to do, like, and I'm not saying anything that's, like, intimacy coordinator, what they want to do. I just mean to sometimes getting into real, truly vulnerable spaces isn't fun and isn't comfortable. And so that's okay, So I certainly... I'm not one to like agree if I don't actually agree. Like I might say, I will do it however you want me to do it. Or if that's what you want to do, we can do that. I really feel strongly that this is a better scene or this is a better choice here. Or like, so yeah, I think it's important to be able to talk those things out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think you have to do that. Back to this guest star. So at what point do you cut your losses? Do you ever fire an actor? Have you ever fired an actor? Because I find it.
Think about that.
Who was I talking to? Was it George Basil? I think it was George Basil, and it might have been Barbie. Maybe not. George did something where like he was flubbing his line, And he was like, they're not going to fire you once you're there. Like, they have.
I don't think I've ever fired an actor.
Once you book it, it's impossible.
Once you book it. Oh, but they have like replaced number ones like in series and stuff before and gone back and reshot around them. And like, I mean, I guess that happens.
Yeah.
Or you shoot the pilot and then you don't get the series. They like recast you.
Yeah.
Huh.
It is wild to me though that like, because now with self-tapes, it's like, I can't speak for this person and I don't mean to, like, I get the pressure, but like, I wonder how many takes they had on their self-tape.
Yeah, that's right.
And or if they were literally reading it over the teleprompting it. You know, it's really interesting.
Yeah, no, I've never ever fired an actor.
This is why I hate self-tapes, by the way.
And I have had actors where I'm like over that person. I'm like, you're so lucky you're here. You're over the whole thing. You're young. You know, like we're all standing out here. It's 3 a.m. and like you're like wobbling in from your trailer. And I'm like, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm like, we're all drenched in 0-degree Canadian weather, you know, like do your fisty fights. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, actors are very low.
No,
I think a lot are
a lot of them are abused. I think a lot of actors feel like meat puppets. Have you ever heard that term?
Sure.
Camera operators love to call them, get the meat puppets. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I love actors. I do. I love that, you know, it's the thing that we're doing. Like, that's the thing we're all here for, is to see what happens in that moment. So I think the most frustrating thing maybe is as an episodic director is that you don't even get to talk to them sometimes before. Like, you have to make that effort to say, can I please go meet them? Can I go find them in the trailer? Can I find them on set? It's like the one department that you don't prep with.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
It's crazy.